If your mind and body is at a certain ease, these will not survive. They consume usually about 27 to 28 times of food than the normal cells. So there is a defense mechanism in our system. Are we keeping it well? We have cells and cells, over 100 billion cells, they say. All these cells are essentially coded and, geared for health, for survival mainly. Their own individual survival and the survival of the organism. A few of them take shortcuts. They want to survive upon others. It's crime, So there is a pickpocket. What is his business? What you took 1 month to earn, he wants to pick it up in one day. But he is also part of the society till he is caught, all right? Now if all the pickpockets of the country got together and they came to Delhi, now everybody's pockets will be gone because now it's organized. So right now what you call as cancer is just this. In everybody's body there are cancerous cells. When they get organized and get focused in one place, then it becomes a serious problem, to a point where it can take one's life. What is the solution? There are many things to say. First of all, crime flourishes where there is no order in the system. Yes, criminals in the society will flourish if the law enforcement is not in order. So there is a defense mechanism in our system. Are we keeping it well? Are we bombarding it with all kinds of stimulants, intoxicants, everything, and then we're expecting our defense mechanism to work? It won't work like that. We must understand every stimulant and every intoxicant we consume in some way dents our defense mechanism. People think defense mechanism is only for external infections. No. Even to contain the internal criminals in the body, the defense mechanism works. So a simple thing is, in the yogic system, this is a simple logic. These cancerous cells in our body, they consume usually about 27 to 28 times of food than the normal cells. So, if you space out your meal, an ideal spacing between one meal and the next in the yogic culture is 8 to 12 hours. If you space out 8 hours meals, you will see the cancerous cells will all die by themselves because they cannot survive without food. Other cells will survive. So always we fixed it, morning one meal, evening one meal, no in-between eating. And once in a way, every month, twice a month or once a month, people are practicing one full day, no food. These are simple ways to control this. Apart from that, there are various other things. Above all, if your mind and body is at a certain ease, these will not survive. If your mind and body is in a certain sense of strife, then these will survive, and not only survive, they will flourish. If the society is in strife, organized crimes rise. If the society is in order, very little crime happens. The same is true with our physiological structure.
After listening to Sadhguru, one thing is very clear, that unfortunately, society today has a very limited understanding of what health means. Medical science, as we know, has advanced by leaps and bounds. Yet, at the same time, probably never before has humanity known the kind of ill health that they experience today. We have overcome varieties of infections and epidemics, but the disease that human beings manufacture within themselves are becoming more and more prevalent day by day. Namaskaram everyone. We all are aware that 7th November is National Cancer Awareness Day. So on behalf of that, today I have come with a video series which will continue from today, that is 5th November to 7th November, in which we will come to know about the various facts and figures about the cancer, as well as the yogic perspective of cancer, and most importantly the kriyas and yogasanas that will help us to boost our health and immunity as well as our pranic system. We'll come to know about all these one by one in the video series. So just stay tuned and stay connected and share this video with your friends and family as much as possible. So now, starting with, let's make a distinction between infectious and chronic disease. Infectious disease comes upon us external invasions for which modern medicine has created so many chemicals. Because we use to kill these organisms to damage our own system. But because human beings are living in such a close proximity, we need to use those medicines to control the spread of these diseases. It is like spraying insecticides to our own crops. We know it is not good and healthy. But at the same time, we can stop it right now because we have not yet propagated more efficient and organic ways to control our own pests. Introduction for almost every infectious disease that has arisen today, medical science has some solution. But for chronic ailments like diabetes, cancer, blood pressure, migraines, thyroid issues, or whatever else, medical science does not offer any solution. It only talks about managing these diseases, never really about freeing people from them. There are so many kinds of specialists and a lot of money is being spent on just managing these chronic diseases within certain limitations. External environment has been sufficiently fixed. What no one could have even dreamt of hundreds of years ago is available to ordinary citizens on a daily basis today. However, human beings are still not very well. Because we took care of the outside but never bothered to take care of our inner well-being. For example, in the so-called developed world today, in some countries which are standing as an example of the ultimate success, about 20% of the adults are in some sort of psychiatric medication. This is not a well-being. From poverty to affluence is a hard journey. After making this hard journey, if we cannot even live well and instead suffer our own affluence, it is just a tragedy. It is not at all a well-being. As there is a whole science and technology to fix the outside situation, similarly there is a whole science and technology to fix the inner solution too, including our own health. Yoga and meditation is that dimension of science which focuses on creating the right kind of ambience and interior so that you can live more and more joyfully and peaceful life. Coming to cancer, in yoga, we do not look at cancer at different times. Where and how it manifests in a particular individual may depend upon various aspects of one's physiology, genetics, lifestyle, diet, and so on. Further, yoga always sees the root cause as an imbalance in what is known as pranamaya kosha or the energy body. Heard it right, about 80% of the disease that are manufactured within the human body, not infection from the external situations, it is because of some defect in the energy flowing in the pranamaya kosha. If you don't know about koshas, we are 5 koshas or 5 body sheets. First is annamaya kosha or the food body. Is manomaya kosha or the mental body. Third is pranamaya kosha or the energy body. Fourth is vijnanamaya kosha or the knowledge body. And the final is the anandamaya kosha, which is the blissful body. Fundamentally, the yogic system looks at physiology as 5 different layers. For the case of health, the first 3 body sheets, that is kosha, manomaya kosha and pranamaya kosha, is very important. As the last 2, that is vijnanamaya kosha and anandamaya kosha, are not concerned with health. The 5th video will talk about the first 3 koshas, that is annamaya kosha, manomaya kosha and pranamaya kosha. Now, first layer is annamaya kosha or the food body. Recently, medical science was involved with the food body or annamaya kosha. They did not focus on anything else. They thought that they could handle all the infections in the world, but then they found that they were unable to do anything with the chronic ailments like blood pressure, cancer, diabetes, thyroid issues, etc. This is because they were looking at the food body, which is just an external manifestation. In this body lies the second body, that is manomaya kosha or the mental body. Today, medical science recognizes that man is psychosoma, that whatever happens in the mind naturally gets manifested in the body. For example, if you create a mental tension, your blood pressure will go high. So, there is a mental body that needs to be really taken care of. And the mental body and the physical body can function only when the energy body or the pranamaya kosha is well taken care of. So, the work of yoga is fundamentally in the level of energy body or pranamaya kosha. From the yogic perspective, cancer and other disturbance or the disease that the system manufactures from within are caused by the imbalance in the energy body, that is the pranamaya kosha. All know that cancerous cells are present in everyone's body, but having a few cancerous cells that are disorganized will not affect your life or health in any way. However, if we create certain situations within the energy body or the pranamaya kosha, they unorganized cancer cells organize themselves and then they go from a petty crime to an organized crime and create a very dangerous and harmful cancerous cells. Why does this happen? Now, due to certain blanks that happen in the pranamaya kosha or the energy body, either because of attitude, lifestyle, food, or so many other variety of reasons, our energy body gets really affected. If the flow of energy is not proper in certain areas of the body, naturally cancer cells will choose to grow in such places very faster. Comes to chronic disease, the root cause is naturally the energy body. Once the energy body is disturbed, it will naturally affect physiologically and psychologically. Example, we generally find that the people who smoke regularly, breathing is very much different from the non-smokers. Now, because of this restricting way of breathing, naturally the energy in that area becomes low and that becomes a place for cancer to grow and fester very fast. Example, today is growing very fast is the example of breast cancer, which is very much rampant today, especially in Western society. That I have seen earlier Sadhguru's video, he has talked about the situations, why does this happen. Now this happens because a lot of women do not conceive when they are at their childbearing stage. The mechanism of the breast, which was mainly to feed the offspring, is either not utilized or only utilized during a specific time period. In past, if a woman went through the normal stages of conception from the age of around 16 to 18 till 45 years of age, she would conceive periodically, which would have kept her entire system, especially her uterus and breast, active in so many different ways. Now, kept the energy flowing in those parts very well. Today, in this overpopulated and very busy society, it is not possible that we have to produce more and more children. So, is there any solution? Yes, there are other solutions for this. Rather than allowing it to happen according to the atmospheres in which you live, it could be corrected by balancing the system and making it a more controlled process. There are certain types of kriyas and yogasanas and inner work to control the body's hormonal levels which can handle this. I will be talking about the yoga asanas and various kriyas in my later videos in the video series of this cancer episode. So just stay tuned and stay connected, and just do not forget to share this content with as your friends and family. Lastly, if you have read about various articles or various things that have been written about cancer, you may have noticed that opinions and concepts seem to change frequently, sometimes dramatically. But the fundamental physiology, the chemistry, and the very basis of your existence has not changed. So why is it that these concepts keep on changing? Except there cannot be consciousness. So rather than reading everything from outside and getting confused as to what is true and what is false, if you just start listening to your own body and gain a deeper understanding and knowledge and insight about your own system, you would be able to handle it more efficiently and more consciously. Though many people are going about as if health is the ultimate goal of life, it is not really. Because health is a natural process. If we just don't mess up with the system is designed to run in a healthy manner. Yoga is not focused on the health because what you call as health is a natural outcome of being in harmony within yourselves. Hundreds and thousands of people who have come out of serious chronic ailments, which generally were given up as hopeless situations or hopeless cases, with just a simple foundational yogic practice. This human mechanism is properly attuned to the very source of creation that is functioning within all of us. Health is a natural consequence. So now question comes that can yoga cure cancer? I not say that yoga is a cure, but it can definitely enhance the immune system and the body's balance and vibrancy as the whole. It can enhance the energy flowing in the pranamaya kosha and following in the manomaya kosha and annamaya kosha, so that you do not ever come across these chronic ailments. Even if you come across, you will have a better perspective to overcome it. What extent it will work is a subject to various realities, the way one's constitution is made, and what intensity and in what kind of atmospheres one practices it. This is a medical fact also that something as simple as a physical exercise decides the distinction between health and the ill health for a whole majority of people. Just taking a walk in the morning can make a person very healthy. Similarly, yoga is a more complex system which the introduction is not just limited to the benefits of exercise. It is much more than that. If it is done regularly and properly, there will be a definitely benefit, and more than that, a miracle in your life. Yoga is a science. As with any other science, you have to apply it and work it step by step. Same is there with yoga. You have to apply it in your daily life. And for now, the most important yoga asanas and kriyas which will help you in the proper energy flow in the pranamaya kosha or the prana vayu, as well as maintain, boost up a very good immune system. We'll talk about it in the later video series of this cancer episode. Now, hope you loved this video and found the content very much useful and meaningful. And if you really found something beneficial, do share it with lots and lots of people, as it is really a demand and need of the hour. Up to next, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Up to next, stay safe, healthy, happy, and namaskaram.